care less that if they build that building again or not. The only thing I would do to go back there would be to sit in the memorial for a little while and count my blessings that I was a survivor. I was a broker. I was in the wealth management. I was in the main branch in the World Trade Center. So I got to my office about 7:30, which is a normal day for me, and turned on the computer. And about 8:30, when the first plane hit, there was a little flicker in the lights, and you thought, what was that? And a few moments later, somebody who had the plane go right past his window came running out of his office and yelled, "Go, go, get out, go." What I can tell you is that there was such a juxtaposition between the way some people reacted. Like that guy who came running out of his office, he got on an elevator, went straight down, and caught the last PATH train to New Jersey. Another guy that was there and had a gas mask in his desk drawer, he put that on and never left his office. That's a guy that we lost. For me personally, we got out and went to the stairwell. I wasn't getting on an elevator. I got down to about 66 when the fire marshal came onto the line and said that a plane hit the North Tower, and that in essence what he said was our building was completely secure. And he kept it open-ended enough if you wanted to go back to work, that was okay too. But I chose to continue down. I got down to about 56, and I say this when curiosity got the better of me. I came out of the stairwell. I moved down the corridor overlooking the North Tower. It's when you saw people falling, you see the smoke, you hear, when people falling, you think, oh, people yelling, "Oh my God, oh my God." You think that you're on the set of a B-rated movie. You never think that this looks real. And you think King Kong is going to come out at any moment. I picked up the phone. My wife was home pregnant. Then I picked up the phone to my mother, to my father. About 10 seconds after I hung up the phone with my father, is when the second one hit. The building rocked. It was like a crashing chandelier of glass over the top of it, which at the time the impact was so strong it felt like it was underneath my feet. My knees buckled, and I just got back out to the stairwell and continued down, this time a little bit faster. And I got down 50, 40, 30, 20. Right? I got down finally to the mezzanine level, and that's when you see building personnel trying to keep you away from the windows because they were afraid of broken glass, shattering glass. And you also see at that point the firemen coming into the building, jumping the turnstiles. Of course, we know that fate. Continued down a little further, down the escalator, up the escalator, and came out finally onto Church Street, Church and John, which is where I was passing bloodied shoes and broken glass, and finally made my way up John Street toward Broadway, and I turned around and I saw both buildings burning. That's when I took off. And as that building collapsed, all the smoke and the debris of the building was billowing up Broadway. I went out to Long Island. I came back. I was walking around literally the streets of New York looking for an office. I finally find one. And when I did introduce myself to the manager, the first comment out of his mouth was, "Let's take a look at your numbers." I said, "Excuse me?" He said, "Let's look at your performance." Well, needless to say, I just left that office right then and there. I found another office to set up shop again, and I resigned within 4 or 5 months. Well, here we are 10 years later. You know, I needed to bring in cash right away. I got a hack license, and being a New Yorker, you know, you kind of make it work. I run it like a business. After that, I mean, my little envelope here is basically my last 2 weeks of work, which basically just tells you the date, the car I'm driving, the time I started, let's say 4:30 in the morning, the time that I break even for the day, and then my net. That's all I need to know. And I can keep a running tally for 2 weeks, right on one little envelope. Well, here we are 10 years later. I call this taxi my underemployment. I mean, it's been a struggle since then, and that's what it's about. It's a matter of survival. It's defense now. I'm in defensive mode, clearly. You may call it postpartum stress. I'm sure I still have that. But, you know, and I'm not willing to go back to a Morgan Stanley again. I'm not willing to go back, step inside the World Trade Center. I couldn't care less if they build that building again or not. The only thing I would do to go back there would be sit in the memorial for a little while and count my blessings that I was a survivor.